Hello, English readers. Welcome to episode 23 of the podcast Reading English. It's been a while, and I'm so happy to be back to talk to you about books and English literature and learning English as well along the way. I'm Lydie and I'm an English teacher in France. I'm also the founder of Lydie's Book Club, in which I host live readings of adaptations of classics of English literature and contemporary novels as well. Once a week, I meet the members of the book club in a live workshop via Zoom to discuss the chapters of the book that we are currently reading during the month. And in August 2024, we are embarking on a new literary journey. This month, we are going to read this book, Our Wives Under the Sea, the debut novel of the British writer Julia Armfield. The book was published in 2022, so very recently, and it received the multiple awards and nominations, and it is labeled Lydie's Book Club members pick because this book was suggested by Keti, our member of the book club, and I'm so glad to show you that once you become a member of Lydie's Book Club, you can actually be entirely part of the decision-making process of the next book we are going to read. So now, before diving into the book, let's first meet its author, Julia Armfield. So Julia Armfield is a British fiction writer born in 1990 in Cobham in Surrey, in the UK. She studied at the Royal Holloway University of London, and she currently lives in London. Her early work has been published in various online and on-print reviews, but it's with the publication of a collection of short stories called Salt Slow, published in 2019, that her writing career really took off. She was shortlisted for the Sunday Times Young Writer of the Year award, and in 2020 she won the Pushcart Prize, which is an American literary prize created by the publishing house Pushcart Press to honor the best poetry, short fiction, and essays, and other writing formats. Soon after the recognition from the critics and the literary world, her debut novel, Our Wives Under the Sea, so the book that we are going to read this month at Lydie's Book Club, was published in 2022. It was instantly shortlisted for the Forbes Fiction Book of the Year Award 2022. And in 2023, it won the Polari Prize. So if, like me, you do know what the Polari Prize is, it is the UK's first and largest annual book award for LGBTQ plus literature. And finally, this year, she released her latest novel entitled Private Rights. So now, more about Our Wives Under the Sea. So as previously mentioned, the novel was published in 2022 and critically acclaimed. It won the Polari Prize in 2023 and was nominated for Best Horror and Best Debut Novel by Goodreads, you know, the platform where you can have book recommendations and reviews, and you can read the reviews from the members. So this nomination was in 2022. Armfield's astonishing debut novel has been qualified as a romantic thriller, and the Scottish writer Christy Logan, who wrote Things We Say in the Dark, and she's also an LGBTQ writer, has also praised the book, and I quote, "Reading this book is like diving into the deepest depth of the ocean and finding beautiful and disturbing wonders." Now, you might be wondering what the novel is about? Well, it is the story of Miri, or I heard in an interview that it was pronounced Mary, but it's written Miri. So yeah, it seems like it's pronounced Mary. And Leah has been on a deep sea mission that did not end as planned. So when she came back home, her wife, Mary, noticed changes in her behavior. So Mary is going to try to find answers that could explain why her wife is somehow still attached to that vessel, stranded in the deep sea. Stranded means that the vessel, or the sort of ship, the vessel that was inside the ocean, just crashed in the bottom of the sea, basically. So yeah, so that's the story, the outline of the story, and that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this very short introduction of Julia Armfield and her first novel, Our Wives Under the Sea. So of course, this is a very short introduction, short podcast today. This is she's a young writer, and this is her first novel, so it's not as full of details that we could have in with a classic book. So I hope you enjoyed this short format as well. That can be also nice as well, to have a short podcast. So if you like this content, make sure that you like the video on YouTube, or you leave a comment about the episode on Spotify, because this episode will be also posted on the podcast Reading English on Spotify. And before I leave you, I just wanted to announce that from the 12th of August, so from next Monday, I will start reading the novel, Our Wives Under the Sea. You will get all the details, all the schedule, the dates, the reading schedule very soon. So it's going to come in the social. Hey, hi, hello, Etienne. And so we will start reading the novel next Monday in its integral text. So it will be live on Instagram, and you will be able to rewatch the lives on YouTube. So this reading, again, is aimed at people having a C1 or an advanced level, C1 plus level of English. So not really for beginners, because once again, we're reading the original version of the text and not an adaptation. But don't worry, in September, we will read an adaptation. So as usual, in addition to the live readings, I will host 3 live workshops based on this novel. And remember that if you want to be part of the live workshop discussions, make sure that you subscribe to the book club membership. And this way you'll have the chance to improve your speaking skills in English, meet fellow book lovers, discuss female authors, and develop your critical thinking skills. The link is in the description. So I wish you a beautiful end of the day, and I will see you next month with a new podcast episode dedicated to a classic of English literature this time. And it's the novel Rebecca. Oh, not this one. Oh, I forgot the book. I don't have the book with me. It's the novel Rebecca. We will discuss this fantastic book published in 1938. And more specifically, we will talk about this brilliant author, Daphne du Maurier, who reinvented the Gothic literature genre in the middle of the 20th century. So in September, we will read an adaptation of Rebecca. So this one, I have it here, so I can show it to you. That's going to be the adaptation of Rebecca that we will read in September. Bye-bye.